Rappers beefing with each other is a tale as old as time. However, rappers beefing with their kids is a new trend we're seeing a lot more often. Most rappers are very conscious of their image. They care a lot about how things look, how they look, and how other people around them make them look. For anyone who doesn't fit the mold or vision, it's very common for artists to cut these people out of their circle. But what happens when that person who doesn't fit is their child? Do they still cut them off? For some rappers, yes, in an absolutely brutal fashion. In some artists' eyes, their kids are an embarrassment to their legacy. Some believe their kids make them look so bad that the best thing to do is disown their child, completely removing them from their life. Because of that, today we're diving into the complete list of rappers who hate their kids and cut them out of their lives. Which rappers said they wouldn't mind if their kid got hit by a bus? Who publicly disowned their child after they came out as gay? And who said on an interview while in front of their kids that they weren't big on being a father? My name is Pancho, the host of Rap Lore, and we're gonna dive into it right now.
I don't have a relationship with him
at all whatsoever.
No, it's an unfortunate situation.
First on our list of rappers who hate their kids, and probably the most famous example, is 50 Cent. 50 has two kids, his oldest Marquise Jackson, who was born in '97, and his youngest Zaire Jackson, born in 2012. His relationship with Zaire is amazing. He commonly speaks about him with a sense of pride and is often seen acting playful towards him. An example of this is when Zaire was caught betting 50's money on a free throw, which 50 posted in captions saying, quote, "Just in, Zaire caught gambling with my money. His ass better have made that shot." Honestly, that's pretty funny. On top of that, he stated his goal for his entire business empire is to set Zaire up for life. Quote, "I've reached a point where I don't want anything I don't have. What's left for me will be there for Sire to run with." He even named his liquor brand after his son, calling it the Sire Spirit, and is preparing his kid to take over operations as he gets older. This is a stark contrast to how he feels about his oldest son, Marquise. 50 and Marquise's relationship has gone from pure love to slightly tense to full-on you from both sides. We have a video on the channel explaining all the reasons why 50 hates his son, but I'll do a quick Spark Notes version here. Things first went south in the early 2000s when 50 and Marquise's mom, Shaniqua Tompkins, had a divorce and a bitter legal battle. On May 30th of 2008, when Marquise and Shaniqua were inside of their home, a fire randomly caught blaze inside the house, burning the entire Long Island mansion to the ground. This was right after some heated court cases between 50 and Shaniqua has always maintained that she believes 50 was behind the blaze. After that, a bunch of things happened that irreversibly damaged their relationship. First, there was a text exchange in 2013 that showed how 50 felt, sparked by Marquise refusing to come to the door for a custody visit. It's a long thread, so I'll just read part of it. "Hey, I'm outside the house at the front door. I came to the front door, then lights went off. What's up? You lying, you outside. LOL, LOL, you frontin'. I saw you look out the window. Good luck in life. You're gonna need it. LOL, you frontin' hard body now. How you gonna see me when I'm in the basement? LMAO. Fuck you. You are your mother's child. LOL, why would I lie to you about that? LOL. I need a blood test because that dick-sucking bitch you call mom was fucking the whole time. I don't think you're funny at all. I drove out here for nothing. Pops, you're tripping now. Why you won't been get one? You had 16 years, LOL. I know you lying because you didn't even call me to go outside. Are you fucking crazy? I don't have time to play, boy. I told you I would come see you. I came, motherfucker, start turning lights out and looking through the blinds. Are you fucking stupid? You had me drive over there. Why would you think I need an address, shithead? I saw the lights go out and then someone playing in the blinds and there's no party going on. Fuck you too. You, your mother, and your sister. All of y'all. I might be dumb. Come through then. No need to get upset. Stop by and say hello to your son. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not fucking with you after this. I leave Atlanta in the morning. So come through then. Fuck you. No need for all that. You are bigger enough to know better, so fuck you. Stop texting me. Alright. Tell your mother she won. She has you and I'll make another. I'll have nothing to do with you. Don't text me ever again. You keep texting me, LOL. It's cool. I would never go out of my way again. You disrespectful little motherfucker. LOL, you never do. I don't know. Not that doesn't even call their son for his birthday or get him a gift for his B-day or for Christmas. You are your mother's child. I don't have a son anymore. So yeah, pretty brutal. However, things would only get worse between them over the years. In May of 2014, 50 proved he wasn't joking about the I don't have a son no more thing when he skipped out on Marquise's high school graduation. Marquise responded to the no-show on Facebook, telling the world how he really felt. Quote, yeah, I broke down. I was really excited to see my pops at my graduation today, but he never showed up, SMH. My sister and my mama is always there for me. Just know that you wasn't. I did it without you. In 2015, when 50 was producing his hit show Power, he made his character kill his own son in the show. People saw this as symbolic, especially given the history between the two of them. But in 2018, 50 would have by far his coldest comment yet. Marquise posted a photo with the son of Kenneth Supreme McGriff, who was 50's longtime rival who allegedly plotted his shooting in the year 2000. 50, not amused by the photo, commented, quote, if both these little niggas got hit by a bus, I wouldn't have a bad day. A wild thing to say, but given what would happen years later, it's not impossible to see where he's coming from. In October of 2022, Marquise went viral for complaining that $6,700 a month in child support wasn't enough to maintain his lifestyle in New York City.
$600-700 a month in the state of New York City. You do the math.
When he very understandably got cooked for making these comments, he made an IG post saying this: since y'all think $6,700 is so much money, someone tell my pops I will pay him $6,700 just for 24 hours of his time so we can do everything I ever wanted to do with him as a kid. Red, yellow, green, whatever color he like. Although some people would drop a tear reading these comments, 50 saw them and did not give a single fuck. He replied to Marquise's complaints by reposting his scene from Power where he kills his son and captioned it, quote, no caption needed. He was also unamused by Marquise's choice to take his grievances to social media.
See, Charlamagne, you would call me. You don't call TMZ to say you want to sit down. Think about it, man. Want some attention. And it's okay. You can have as much of that as you want.
Honestly, pretty valid point. The crazy thing about it is although 50 is extremely harsh towards his kid, people actually understand where he's coming from. During the whole $6,700 a month fiasco, lots of people took 50's side in the situation. One example was Joe Budden, who said,
does a dad ever have the right to say, I don't want nothing to do with you?
Yikes, it's harsh, but is it real? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. There's more things that happened over time. It's a long history between the two of them. And like I said before, if you want to watch the full video on why 50 hates his son, check it out on our channel. But to summarize, it's looking rough for 50 and Marquise. Maybe a miracle from the heavens could change it, but as of now, I would not have high hopes for the two of them.
Ghost just seems like such a street dude that certain things just ain't gonna fly with him.
Body boy, sweet face killer. Nasty on the beat, bang bang, go gorilla.
The next rapper on the list who hates their child with a passion is Ghostface Killah. Ghostface Killah, born and raised in Staten Island, New York, is one of the OG members of the iconic hip-hop group Wu-Tang Clan. He joined the group in his early 20s and became famous for his energetic storytelling skills, along with wearing a mask in videos on stage to hide from the police. Ghost has 4 kids, 3 sons and a daughter. While not much is known about the daughter, 2 of his sons, known as Sun God and Supreme, followed their dad's footsteps and became rappers. They both regularly appeared in their father's songs as guest features and are building careers of their own. And then there's the 3rd son. Ghost's 3rd son's name is Infinite Coles. He also followed his dad's footsteps and became a musician, but embraced the singing lane more than a rapping one. Unfortunately for Infinite, his dad wasn't nearly as supportive of his career than his rapper brothers, mainly because of his sexuality. Infinite is openly gay. He came out sometime around 2015 and has openly been living his truth since then. While lots of people accepted and embraced Infinite for who he really is, not everybody did. And one of those people who fiercely rejected it was his dad. In fact, the rejection was so strong that Infinite came out recently saying that he hasn't spoken to his dad in over a decade. Quote, I love my father. I just wish we could connect and understand one another and respect each other. I haven't seen my father in over 10 years. I always wonder if he's okay. I wonder if we'll be able to mend or have a conversation before one of our time is up. I just always wonder. Now, on the surface, this seems up because it kind of is. At the same time, and disclaimer, I'm not condoning abandoning your child because they're gay. Please don't give me that in the comments. But There are reasons that somewhat make sense why Ghost would do this. For one, Ghost is a devout Muslim. He grew up adhering to the 5% Nation, a social movement founded with the principles of Islam. The 5% Nation believes its purpose is to wake up the masses to its righteous and religious teachings while placing a strong emphasis on black greatness and numerology. He then transitioned to a more traditional sense of Islam in 2004, in a period that he was quoted to have been seeking cleanliness and discipline. Ever since then, Islam has remained a staple in Ghost's life. Now, if you know anything about Islam, you know it upholds very strict traditional views on gender and sexuality. This is a complete clash to who Infinite is and likely caused Ghost to abandon his son to stay loyal to his faith. On top of the religious aspect, Ghost is a real street dude. He grew up in a rough side of New York and has embraced everything street in his life. Infinite Coles is the polar opposite of anything and everything street. It's again another sharp clash to who Ghost is. Now, these are just speculations as to why Ghost pulled out of his kid's life, but regardless, the damage is done and Infinite has publicly called him out on it for years. Infinite first put his father on blast in 2023 with his heartfelt, emotional post. Quote, "I've never been the type to go online and talk about my personal life, my family, or my emotions. However, today I'm giving an inside look into my broken heart because I'm feeling more lost and hopeless than I have ever been. At Real Ghostface Killah, I didn't really want to do this, but at this point, I'm tired of keeping quiet to save your reputation. I'm tired of the pain. My heart has been aching and longing to be loved by you, my father, for way too long. So since you are unreachable, perhaps this will get your attention. I haven't had a full conversation with you or seen you in over 15 years. You haven't once tried to reach out to me or see how I'm feeling or doing. I have messages that literally show me reaching out to you and receiving no response for over a decade. The legend you love, Ghostface Killah, is the full definition of a deadbeat. Dad, you let us live without light, gas, or even communication from you for years. You have all this coin, yet you allow my uncles to clean up your mess. I've lived in a shelter for almost a year in 2020 during COVID, and you haven't reached out to help me or see if I was even alive." He then followed it up with this point to clear up his intentions. Quote, "For those reading this, I really want you to understand I'm not looking for attention or sympathy from anyone. I'm looking for attention from my father. Daddy, we need you. Not your money, but your heart, your attention, your love. I hope you change your ways and realize that you have some beautiful and talented children out here with deep voids in their hearts because you have been missing. You've ghosted us for far too long." That's sad. That's honestly sad to read. Regardless of his dad's lack of support, Infinite is still doing his thing and the music world is beginning to recognize it. In his recent single, Sweet Face Killah, named after a slur people used against him, fans undeniably showed love and saw potential in Infinite. Quote, "Apple didn't fall from the tree, it just landed in glitter. Can't lie, this joint hard, had to pull up, show love. Ghost should be proud, bars were tough. I know Ghost is proud and disappointed at the same time." He also took time in the track to take more shots at his dad, like,
"Is it me? Am I not your cup of tea? Are my pants not low like your self-esteem? Do I need to fuck a just so you can see?"
Not gonna lie, that's hard. The track is honestly tough. I can't even lie to you. Despite all the jabs Infinite has thrown, Ghost hasn't responded or acknowledged any of them for years. It's been full radio silence from his end. Only time will tell if he'll reconcile with his son or at least acknowledge his pain. We'll stay tapped into the stories and drop the developments here.
Right now, NBA YoungBoy's kids could almost fill out an entire NBA team roster.
Next on our child hater list, NBA YoungBoy. YoungBoy's situation is a bit different than the ones I listed above. He's never outright attacked one of his kids like 50 or cut communication like Ghost. However, depending who you ask, what YoungBoy is doing to his kids is much, much worse. First of all, YoungBoy has a ton of kids, a truly absurd amount. At just 26 years old, he has fathered 13 different kids with 10 different women. 13 kids, 10 women. Holy sh*. He had his first kid at 16, which means since then he's averaged 1.26 kids per year. Let me know how many you think he'll have at age 40. I'm gonna guess between 25 to 27. I'll say 26 to keep it firm. Now, I don't care who you are, there are not enough hours in the day to give all those kids the attention they need, especially when there's 10 different moms that all live in different places. Just off this fact alone, a certain amount of YoungBoy's kids are guaranteed to be neglected. Even if YoungBoy cuts the check check every month, the emotional neglect and the fact he'll be absent for most of their lives is gonna eat those kids up. But the worst part is not only did YoungBoy father all these kids, but he's not even trying to take care of them. He literally doesn't care. He admitted this himself while on an interview with Bootleg Kev, claiming that he, quote, wasn't big on fatherhood. Although his kids were in the video, YoungBoy claimed the only reason he was there is because he was 4 walls all day. By that he means on house arrest, so he's implying that he's only around his kids because he's literally forced to. That's crazy, bro, and the internet did not hesitate to fry YoungBoy for his views. One of the first to take a shot at him was Charlemagne on The Breakfast Club, who proudly said this on his show.
I didn't know I would have to say this, but my brothers, that is whack. If you're not big on fatherhood, you're not G at all to me.
Boosie also chimed in on Vlad TV, although he didn't bash him like Charlemagne. All he said was,
"Nah, I can call him and give him some advice."
Respect for not publicly attacking YoungBoy, but that sentence speaks volumes, especially from someone like Boosie, who also has like 8 or 9 kids of his own. However, this wouldn't be the only moment that showed YoungBoy turning a cold shoulder on his kids. Another crazy situation came up in March of 2026 that had people looking at him sideways. Things went south when one of YoungBoy's baby mothers named Killah reposted a tweet criticizing his parenting skills, or lack thereof. Quote, "Boys, shut up and get them kids. Talked all that shit about your Honda picking men over you, and yo rich ass literally doing the same." Killah reposted this tweet with the caption, "Ah ha ha, this the one and not the two." YoungBoy responded to this very valid criticism of his neglect by going for Killah's jugular. Quote, "Girl, f yo baby, you would never try again. Tell the world knock on my door. TBH, have y'all go to court. I'll gladly pay. It's you. I don't play or do no pretending. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. With me." That is wicked and reinforces the idea that YoungBoy doesn't care about his kids at all. It truly seems like he thinks if he cuts a check, then he's done his job. And obviously people retaliated against YoungBoy for saying these things. Except this time the comments were so severe that YoungBoy deleted his whole Instagram and Twitter, and at the time of recording this, both accounts are still down. This is also just one of many instances of YoungBoy publicly beefing with his baby mothers, which is also traumatic for his kids to witness. There are way too many examples to list. Honestly, that's a whole video in and of itself. With all that said, it doesn't appear that YoungBoy hates his kids, but he definitely doesn't like them either. They seem to be more of a nuisance for him than humans, and he appears to treat them the same way that he would treat a water or a light bill. It's pretty fucked up.
What is co-parenting like for you guys?
Now, the 3 listed above are definitely the most blatant examples of rappers hating their kids, but there's one more honorable mention worth bringing up in the conversation, and that man is Future. Future has 8 different kids with 8 different moms, plus an adopted child from one of his baby mothers, India J. That is a pretty crazy family situation. Now, he's not cruel or abusive towards his kids like the examples we listed above, and several of his baby mothers say that his contributions towards the kid are enough. However, a few of them don't share the same thought, and 3 of them seem to downright hate Future. First is Brittany Mealy, who in April of 2026 claimed in court that Future hasn't seen or reached out to their son Prince in over 16 months. That, plus the fact Future was supposed to secure a $500,000 life insurance line for the son and he didn't, made Brittany ask the judge to send Future off to jail. Next, and most infamously, is Sierra. She completely distanced herself from Future, marrying and embracing the NFL quarterback Russell Wilson instead, and getting her son's last name changed to Wilson's. During an interview with The Shade Room, the interviewer asked Sierra what co-parenting with Future was like, and her response was very telling. She literally just laughed for like 15 to 20 seconds straight and didn't say a word. That is very, very crazy. The last baby mother to come for Future's neck is Eliza Rain, who kept it strictly legal with Future since the start. Future originally denied being the father of their child Rain and initially offered just $1,000 a month in child support. She rejected this and demanded a DNA test, which proved Future was actually the dad, and the two of them agreed on a $3,200 a month payment. Even with that, Eliza is still extremely vocal about the struggles of getting Future to be an active parent. She's bashed him several times on social media, one time taking it as far as promoting t-shirts online with the text 1-800-DADBEAT boldly written on them. Future might be sensational at a lot of things, however, parenting doesn't seem to be one of them.
Sensational.
So that's the list of rappers who hate their kids with a passion. If I missed anyone, let me know in the comments. And again, if you want to learn more about why 50 despises his son, we have a full video on the channel breaking it down. Check it out.